Welcome everyone to Celo Camp's Global Demo Day, the Idea Fair. I'm Rachel Jacob, Program Manager at Celo Camp, and together with me here on screen is my co-host, Alon Shavit, Program Director of Celo Camp and co-founder at Upright. And we have a very special guest with us here today, Rene Reinsberg, founder at Celo, who we'll hear from shortly. Hi, Rene. Hi, Alon.
Hi, Rachel.
We have a really great event planned for you today, and I'd like to welcome all of our viewers joining us from all around the world, including our community, mentors, the Celo team, our Celo Camp teams, and our analytics actually show we have viewers tuning in from 5 continents. So since this is a virtual event, please say hello and introduce yourselves in the chat to the right. Tell us where you are tuning in from. We'd love to hear from you. We also have some interactive tools so we can engage with you throughout the event, and I'll walk you through some of them right before we get started with the pitches. Today is a celebration of the work the Celo Camp teams have accomplished and the growth of the Celo ecosystem. And we thank you all for your support of the camp and for support of the future of global financial inclusion. In today's event, we'll be hearing from our 7 camp finalists who over the past 8 weeks have worked really hard on growing their projects and integrating with the Celo protocol. They've worked on user research, user experience, product market fit, go-to-market strategies, and building and integrating with Celo. So we are really moved by what these teams are trying to bring to the world and what they've achieved till this point. Out of 235 applicants from 70 countries, these teams were selected to present to you today. And I'd like to give a notable mention to all of our 18 teams that participated in the Celo Camp Accelerator over the past 8 weeks. Narrowing the finalists down to 7 was a very difficult task as there were so many incredible projects in the camp, and we hope to feature all the camp teams in the coming weeks and share with you their impressive work. That being said, our 7 finalists presenting to you today, and you can give them shout outs in the chat, are Biscoint Dollar Save from Brazil, Kite Financial from Nigeria, Leaf Global FinTech from Rwanda and USA, Mula from the USA, Paychant from Nigeria, Resource Network from Guatemala, Slovakia, Israel, Ukraine, and USA, and Reban from Brazil. Also presenting to us today is our wildcard entry from the Golden Coin Awards program, who we will announce later in the event. This program consisted of pre-camp applicants who completed some of the deliverables alongside Celo Camp. I think you will find all the presentations today very interesting and quite inspiring, and I am really looking forward for you to see the finalist demos and what they've been working on. Before we do hear from our teams, we will begin our program with a short talk from Rene, co-founder at Celo. Rene, it is really great to have you here with us today, and I will be passing the floor over to you.
Thanks, Rachel. It's great to be here. When Seb, Merrick, and I started working on Celo, we knew it would be, it would require a team effort. It would require a lot of different people in different markets figuring out how to build better financial products. I'm getting actually a little bit of an echo here. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay.
Make sure you don't have 2 tabs open.
It's better with the headset.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm hearing myself.
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly, Rene, but maybe you have 2 tabs open of Crowdcast.
Mm-mm.
So you're still getting feedback?
I do. Okay, I'll try. It's a little bit myself in my ears. So the vision for Celo to have a new financial system that brings prosperity to everyone is not possible to achieve by a single team. And so we always knew this would be a team effort with companies from all around the world. And so that's why we kind of went the open source route. That's why we kind of decided to build Celo in the open. It was just about a year ago when the Upright team first started chatting with us about the idea for Celo Camp. And we were about to embark on the great Celo Stake-Off. And we were wondering, is it too early? Are there actually enough teams out there who share this mission, who are ready to build something? And what 2020 has shown is that our fears back then were totally not warranted. Celo Camp over the 2 batches has seen about 500 companies apply and participate. And the finalists that you'll see pitch and demo today is just the tip of the iceberg. For me, this is less a competition than the coming together of a great family, of the building of a community, and seeing the support of the teams that the teams are giving each other. To me, that's one of the most wonderful things. To those of you presenting today, no pressure. December 8th, if you go back in history to 1813, was the day that Ludwig van Beethoven premiered the 7th Symphony in Vienna. Interestingly enough, it was a charity concert for the soldiers that had fought at the Battle of Hanau. And despite that angle, obviously the 7th Symphony stands as one of the greatest works and probably one of the most performed symphonies in the world. And there's a parallel between a symphony and a financial system, right? I mean, the performance of a symphony depends on all the musicians in the orchestra coming together and really working together, listening to each other and performing at their best. Even if one instrument is slightly off, it can ruin the whole performance. And with a financial system, it's similar, right? If the building blocks are not in tune, if there's something that's off balance, we can easily, see what happens. And it did happen many times in history. Most recently in 2008. And so today, to me, this is a really shining the spotlights on a few of the musicians in the Celo orchestra as they premiere their works. And I'm really excited to see the demos and also the wild cards. I'm excited for the many people that have joined the Idea Fair. It looks like a bunch of new faces as well that are new to the Celo community, so welcome. This feels a little bit like a Celo holiday party. So I may put on my Santa hat a little later. But I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited for all the teams. And looking ahead at 2021, I think, we get a glimpse at this today. Crypto can really solve real world problems, and it can increasingly do so at mass market scale. And to me, I see many of the teams here writing that story as they grow their businesses in 2021. And with that, I'll hand it back to Rachel. And a really big thank you to the Upright team. Alon, Tomer, Rachel, you guys are phenomenal. You've done a wonderful job. And, I think it's going to be clear to everyone at the end of today's event that this is something really special in the working.
Thank you so much, Rene. I loved your analogy of the symphony and the orchestra, and I really think it holds true. And I just wanted to thank you for joining us today. And I think that we can get started. So Rene, we're so glad to have you on screen, and we'll see you later.
Bye, Rene.
Before we do get started, how the event will run is that each team will have 3 minutes to present their projects. Each presentation will then be followed by a 3-minute Q&A. As I'd mentioned before, we'd love to hear from you throughout the event. And at the bottom of the screen, you'll see several tabs. During the Q&A portion of the event, we are opening up questions from the audience. So as the team presents, you can ask them a question in the Ask a Question tab, as well as vote on questions you'd like to be asked, and we might select your question. At the end of the event, we will open up our community voting poll. You'll also see a tab called Polls at the bottom of the screen once it is open. And the community makes up 22% of the voting power in determining who will be the top 2 winners of Celo Camp. Our first place winner will receive the gold prize of 10,000 CUSD, and second place winner will receive the silver prize of 5,000 CUSD. Polls will open up after our last presenter and will remain open for 2 hours after the event, and we will let you know when that time will begin. So we're about to get started, and I ask the audience to bear with us throughout the event as our finalists come on and off the screen. Ask questions, comment in the chat, and on that note, we can get started. I will be calling up our first presenter. And introducing Team Resource Network, with a diverse team hailing from Guatemala, Slovakia, Israel, Ukraine, and the USA.
Hi there.
Hi, Ophir.
Ophir.
Hello. All right. I am just going to get started. I want to respect everybody's time. There's lots of teams that have amazing things to share with you today, so I'm just going to get started. Hi, my name is Ophir. Everything works, right, guys? I get the thumbs up? Well, I suppose that's a yes. So my name is Ophir. I'm the co-founder of Resource, which is a mutual credit protocol that we launched last week on the mainnet and Celo and Ethereum. So Resource Protocol grants businesses credit lines collateralized by their products and services. Basically what this means is that we address the massive unmet demand for SMB loans that exists today due to credit risk complications. It's very hard to understand which businesses can receive credit in many occasions. And also, they have to repay it with their profits. What we do in Resource is that we enable them to get elastic credit lines backed by their own goods and services, which they can then pay back in labor or products, which generates additional business. The use case example for this is very simple. This is Bob. He wants to engage with Resource. So he locks 5 hours of his labor in exchange for a 500 RUSD credit line. He can then use this to buy web design from Alice. He can then use this to get groceries from Thrive. And this is just a 3-person example. Of course, this can go on with many more actors, adding more and more diversity to this network. In terms of an early screenshot of what this looks like, you can see that I have 10 USD in my account here, basically. And then when I sent David, our CEO, a 20 RUSD transaction, I now have a -10 in my balance, an additional available credit of 490. So that's what the credit line actually means. And this is all live on the blockchain. In terms of looking back, mutual credit, the concept of businesses lending the money to each other this way, has existed for almost 100 years and is currently about the size of DeFi. It's $14 billion. But we look to use this method and combine with DeFi to solve this SMB global lending market challenge of $5.2 trillion that is unmet demand due to these credit risks, and of course offer a lot of solutions for the original 3.7 trillion. DeFi has been through quite a heck of a year, and it has proven that there is sustained demand and desire and curiosity on removing middlemen and allowing for products, financial products, to give people higher yields and just perform better. I'm just going to give you the gist here. The mutual credit protocol at the bottom of Resource is open to any developer to use to enable people to take uncollateralized loans, except that they're collateralized by their products and services. You don't have to lock in Ether or Bitcoin or anything like that. And in the top, in order to get this going, we have the Resource Network, which enables businesses that have RUSD to purchase one from the other. That's our go-to-market. These are the designs for the app that we're launching in Q1 next year. In terms of the early version that we have, the web app, we've already transacted $250,000, and we are looking to work with all the partners, New Mundo, Pachamama, and Celo, and global eco-village network to acquire a lot of businesses that want to participate. That's everything I had to say. Reach out to me if you would like us to give you a credit line so you can understand what the protocol works like. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ophir. That was wonderful. I want to start off with a question, and I invite everyone, all the participants, to ask Ophir questions in the Ask a Question tab. You can see it in the bottom below. So, Ophir, how do you see your first users? What are the first use cases that are going to use your credit lines?
So I would say that in terms of Resource Network's global vision, it would be significantly easier for us to have service providers that do digital things. So anyone in the digital marketing, website developer, anyone that you can work with remotely. We are going to probably try at some point to launch one local city, probably Asheville, North Carolina, because that's where the team is meeting up next month. But in terms of like more go-to-market strategy, we're looking at acquiring crypto professionals, people that have understanding of alternative currencies. We're in the millions today. And those that want to be freelancers and professionals that want to engage with this network. We have access to a lot of these people without any user acquisition costs, which is key, especially in early time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So do we have any questions from the audience? All right, yes. I can see one question popped up.
What are the main benefits for businesses to join this network?
So the main benefit is that you can get yourself a credit line that you can start using today based on your future labor instead of having to lock in assets that you don't have right now. If you're not liquid and you can't lock ETH or BIT in order to get access into the DeFi community, you can now use future, like basically contracts on future work or products. So it's a new way, and it's specifically directed for businesses and freelancers, people who have that kind of thing to offer, and is suited to their needs. On top of that, our app, which is not the protocol, allows them to find each other. And so if I'm using RUSD and you're using it, we can do trade amongst ourselves. So I can get stuff that you offer, and you can get stuff that she offers, and she can get that I offer. And in that way, businesses can just do more sales as well. But that's a secondary layer. I would say the protocol layer itself enables anyone to get a credit line basically immediately once you go through simple KYC, just based on the validity of your business. And we're planning to expand the amount of credit you can get based on acquiring more and more transactions that you did on the network and having better reputation.
Okay, thank you so much, Ophir from Team Resource Network. And yes. We will see you later.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye. So next up, we have Team Paychant from Nigeria. And I am inviting Moses onto screen. And wow, we have almost 200 registrants with us here today. So this is really exciting.
Hi,
hello, Moses. Welcome.
Hi,
Moses.
Hi, Alicia.
And I'm sure that Gabriel is watching us from the audience, the brothers from Nigeria.
He's right here.
He's right here. Yeah. Hi, Gabriel. So, the floor is yours, Moses.
Okay. Am I good to go? Hi, everyone.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Moses, and I am the co-founder of Paychant. Paychant is a cryptocurrency payment gateway solution. Myself and my brother started Paychant in 2019 because it was very difficult for us as a freelance developer in Nigeria to receive payment from our client abroad. And the only way we could get paid then was through cryptocurrency. The problems. Cross-border remittance to Africa are very, very cost, slow and unreliable. With a recent report stated that it costs about 19% to send just $200 to Africa. Also, despite the huge adoption around cryptocurrency trading in Nigeria, 99% of retail shops and online stores do not accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment. And how does Patient solve this problem? Patient provide a lower cost, ultra-fast and secure form of sending money to Nigeria with digital currency. Patient also lets enterprise merchants and local vendors accept cryptocurrency as a means of payment online and offline. So this is a demonstration of an e-commerce platform. We developed this platform during the Celo Camp 8 weeks cohort program, and it uses Celo dollar as a payment currency. The reason why we chose to develop this platform is to familiarize ourselves on how to integrate Celo dollar into the patient gateway. And I am happy now that we have the understanding. And as you can see, the transactions happens live on the Celo testnet network. Also, this is the patient remittance service. It enables anyone from anywhere all around the world to send money to Nigeria using digital currency easily. And I think Patient is more aligned with Celo's mission here in banking beyond bank, as there are about 40 million people who does not have a bank account in Nigeria. So with this service, it is easier for them to receive payments from their loved one abroad. Also, Patient remittance is much cheaper than Western Union and MoneyGram. In this case, the transactions uses Celo dollar as a payment currency, which is very, very fast. Also, once the transaction is completed, a tracking code is given to the sender to track the status of his transaction. This is also the Patient point of sale mobile application. It enables local stores owner here in Nigeria to accept Celo dollar as a form of payment from their customers. The market opportunity here is very huge, with Nigeria being the largest payment market in Africa. $24 billion was remitted to Nigeria in 2020. $12 billion e-commerce spending happened in Nigeria in 2020, and $8 billion point of sale transactions happened in Nigeria in 2019. Patient will process 5% of this payment in Nigeria, which will mean $18 million to us in 12-month revenue. Also, within 8 months of starting Patient, we have processed $15,000 microtransactions for our merchants. Thank you very much for letting me present. I am happy to answer any question.
Thank you so much, Moses. That was a great presentation, and perfect. You know, the work you've been doing throughout the camp was just wonderful. So my question to you is, how do you handle user onboarding? Me as a new user, how do I get $0 through your platform? Do I have to use my Velora wallet? How can you walk us through on how it works?
Thanks, Alan. It's a good question. It is very easy. Once you visit the Patient website, we make it available in a decentralized way, whereby you can send a microtransaction of $500 to any account from the Valora wallet. So from the Valora wallet, it is easy for you to scan and pay at the verge of checkout. So the money is processed at the back end here in Patient to settle the merchant here in Nigeria.
Got it. Thank you so much. And Rachel, do we have a question from the audience?
Yes, they're coming in quickly, so let me try to catch one of them. Just a suggestion to the audience, when you are writing a question, if you can write the team name so we know which one is for which team, and then they can reply to you later as well, that would be great. So I think this is for Patient. Can you talk a bit more about your go-to-market strategy?
Okay. Patient, during the next year, Patient is trying. We are talking to people in the e-commerce space in Nigeria. So we plan next year. We plan to roll out some ambassadorship program whereby we can incentivize people to promote Patient in their various locations. I think this is the best form of go-to-market strategy.
Great. Moses, thank you so much for joining us today. And,
thank you, Rachel and Alan.
And we will see you later.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Rachel, and a suggestion, maybe we will mark all the questions as resolved between teams, so everyone can ask new questions and it will be clear which question goes to who.
Yes, we could do that as well. Okay, so next up we have Team Moolah from the USA. I'm going to call Patrick up onto screen right now.
Oh.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, Patrick. I love the bankless t-shirt.
Yes, thank you. That's my mantra.
And how is Coco doing?
Coco is my prophet puppy, and she is out on a walk right now so that she does not distract us.
Great for her.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, thank you. So I'm Patrick. I'm with Moolah. We're developing decentralized money markets to help owners of Celo dollars and the Celo native asset earn compound interest, which is paid for by speculators taking either leverage long or short positions. The problems that we're solving are that CUSD owners cannot currently earn interest, and traders cannot take leverage long or short positions in Celo. So let's take a look at the solution. Now, everything that I'm going to show you is taking place live on the Celo mainnet, and this is the Safari browser on my phone. So when you come to the Moolah landing page, you're prompted to connect your Valora wallet. If you're unfamiliar with Valora, you can read a brief description as well as get Valora directly from the App Store. Since I already have Valora downloaded, I'm going to go ahead and initiate a connection, which will open up Valora and ask me to confirm that that's what I want to do. And now you can see that Moolah is pulling in my balances directly from Valora. But what I really want to do is earn interest on my Celo dollars. So I'm going to initiate a deposit. In this case, I'm going to deposit 50 CUSD. Again, it will open up Valora and ask me to sign the transaction, input my PIN code to confirm that this is what I want to do. And when this transaction is confirmed, we'll be able to view it in the Explorer and confirm that my Valora wallet was debited 50 CUSD and credited 50 MCUSD. So if we scroll down here, we can see that that's exactly what happened, 50 CUSD and 50 MCUSD. So if I'm just looking to earn interest on my Celo dollars, I'm done, because MCUSD is accumulating compound interest. It's also an ERC20 token that can be transferred to any other wallet. But let's say that I'm a trader and I'm bearish on the price of Celo. So I'm going to enter into a short position. In order to do that, I'm going to borrow Celo against my CUSD collateral that I just deposited. So I'm going to initiate a borrow, again, sign the Moolah transaction using Valora. And once this transaction is settled, I'm then going to sell the Celo that I just borrowed. So I'm going to do that through Valora, sell 10 Celo, and wait for that to confirm. Now, when that transaction is confirmed, I will be in a short position. And if the price of Celo drops, then this trade will be in the money. But I'm watching all of these amazing Celo Camp demos, and I'm thinking to myself that the Celo network is going to be massive, and the price of Celo is probably going to the moon. So I'm going to unwind my short position and instead get into a leverage long position. Now, in order to do that, I'm first going to repay the Celo that I just borrowed. So I'm going to repay 100% of the Celo. Again, sign the Moolah transaction using Valora. Next, I'm going to deposit Celo. I'm going to deposit some Celo into the Moolah market. Oops, excuse me. Let me deposit Celo. In this case, I will deposit 10 Celo. Again, sign the Moolah transaction using Valora. Then I'm going to borrow CUSD against my Celo collateral. So let me go ahead and borrow some CUSD. I'll borrow 10 CUSD, sign the Moolah transaction using Valora. And then the last step is to buy Celo with the CUSD that I just borrowed. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to switch to USD, and I'm going to buy 10 Celo dollars worth of Celo. Now I'm in a leverage long position, and if the price of Celo increases, then I will be in the money. Technical users can interact with the Moolah contracts using our CLI commands. Other Dapps developers can integrate Moolah markets directly into their wallets or their applications. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Patrick. That was wonderful. Each time I look at your app, there is something new, and I just love live demos. So great job on that.
Thank you.
DeFi is definitely a hot topic right now. With loans, micro loans, arbitrage trading, and I wanted to ask you, what are the advantages of having something similar to Aave on Celo? Is it the fact that it's a proof of stake network and the transaction fees? Is it the throughput? What are sort of the advantage of doing and building your product on Celo?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it is those things that you mentioned. These transactions cost a fraction of a penny to push through. They, of course, you saw how quickly they all cleared and settled. And it's really a continuation of the Celo thesis that mobile money is more accessible, as well as since we have a native stability mechanism, Moola markets will be able to support vast quantities of different types of money markets, of all the different stable coins and currencies that Celo supports over the years.
Thank you so much. So let's see if we have questions from the audience.
Yes, we do have one. Patrick, how is interest generated on the CUSD swapped for MCUSD, and how is that interest reclaimed?
Yeah, so the speculators in this use case that I just laid out, those folks who are borrowing either Celo or Celo dollars are paying the interest to the liquidity providers who deposit assets. So as a user of Moola Market, you can be a liquidity provider and just deposit either Celo or Celo dollars and accumulate interest, which again is being paid for by people who take out loans, which the typical use case is people who want to either get into a leverage long or a short position on a particular asset.
Thank you so much, Patrick, and thank you, Ben, for this question.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Patrick. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
So next up, we have Team Kite Financial from Nigeria. And I'd like to give a special shout out to our mentors who are joining us here today. We've been asking some really wonderful questions. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for all the work that you've done with our teams. And Mario is accepting. We'll be on momentarily.
Oh, great.
Hello, Mario from Kite Financial. Welcome.
Hi, guys. Yeah. So I'll just share my screen. You can see my screen, right?
Perfect.
Oh, great. So thank you, guys. I'm Mario at Kite Financial, and we are using crypto in tackling one of Africa's biggest challenges. And we do this both on the web, on smartphone, and even without the internet, our solution works. So as a child, I was fascinated by the concept of free will. Everyone seemed to have their own ability to make their choices and decisions. And this gave us a level of inclusion in the macrocosm of things. But this level of inclusion will abruptly die out in the financial landscape. Hundreds of millions of Africans do not have access to basic financial services that they need to survive. And the current fintech solutions do not solve this problem. With low smartphone penetration, high cost of data, and poor access to electricity, a lot of Africans cannot afford existing solutions. Thus, there is need for us to be disruptive. And disruptive we are. With the Kite Financial version 1 wallet, which is available on Google Play and App Store, users could deposit, withdraw, purchase crypto, peer-to-peer trading, pay for bills and airtime with Bitcoin. And even without an internet, it works because we are the first to roll out a USSD-enabled wallet in Nigeria. And the market is huge, right? There are competitors, but we understand what it is to be included. Please meet the team. I am the CEO and I am the founder. We are at paying user stage with over $500,000 processed since our relaunch in August, and with partnership across the world, we have definitely shown early traction. And in KF version 2 wallet, we want to usher a financial revolution in Africa, right? And we want the Celo dollar to be the vis viva of this, which is Latin for living force of this revolution. And this gives you a basic flow of it, right? This is a KF user. They can receive, they can send, right? They can receive Celo from a Celo user, or they can receive from a bank account user where we generate a virtual account for them, or they can purchase Celo, right? On the send end, they can send to a Celo user as well, or send Celo dollar as fiat where they send to a bank account user, right? That's amazing, right? And they can make payments, right? And other use cases would be to swap unstable crypto to Celo dollar and so on and so forth. But this gives them a level of inclusion that they would not never have to depend on having their own bank account. And this is just a basic demonstration of our integration on the Celo network, just to show technically, right, that we were able to integrate and communicate with the Celo blockchain, right? But as you can see, our purpose is to ensure that cryptocurrency users do not have to rely on bank accounts, right? And they can just have an all-in-one inclusion. With this achieved, we can actually do anything and take financial inclusion to anywhere in Africa. As you can see, they can send to a Celo user. As you would see, this would complete on the testnet, however, as our Kite version 2 will come up and they send us fiat and so on and so forth, right? And this gives you a big picture of Celo and Kite financial mash, right? It's a mash made in heaven. And we know that it's a big project, but that's why we need great minds like you to hop in along with us so that we move this financial inclusion and drive this goal ahead. So my question to you is, what say you about this project? Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Thank you so much, Mario. That was just wonderful.
I'm trying to share my screen.
Oh.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, yeah.
Yes, we can see you. So my question to you is, what makes your wallet different from other wallets and remittance solution out there? What will you point as your differentiator?
So existing wallets service cryptocurrency user, right? That's one segment of the market, right? And the Kite Financial Wallet services both cryptocurrency and non-cryptocurrency users, because our goal is to provide total inclusion. The real inclusion is when a cryptocurrency user can interact with bank users, right? In a situation where you're a cryptocurrency user and you need a bank for you to be efficient, that's not inclusion, right? That is not inclusion. Ultimate inclusion would be where we are backward and forward compatible, right, with all technology, where bank account users would never even need to become cryptocurrency users, yet they can also transact with cryptocurrency users, right? And because our wallet works without the internet, we see foresight the challenges of Africa, and we want to solve those challenges, however they are.
Thank you so much, Mario. And do we have any question from the audience for Mario?
Not yet. I think everyone is so speechless by your presentation that they are only now coming to the questions. We'll give it another 20 seconds if anybody has questions from the audience.
Any questions for Mario? All right.
Okay, that's okay.
Fair. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. It was really incredible, and I know I'm a little more inspired today because of what I've seen here on screen. Oh, we actually have a question that just came in. Can you share more about how you do cash in and out?
Okay, so in the Kite Financial version 2, what would happen is we want to abstract a lot of things for the users, right? Because you cannot actually use cryptocurrency to solve everyday financial problems without valuable partnership across the world. So we intend to partner with banks as well. But then for those who do not meet basic KYCs for bank accounts, then they do not need to depend on it, right? Because we have the partnership with them. And following AML AML and all anti-money laundering rules, we can then step in between that and generate virtual accounts, bank accounts on Kite Financial account for our users to receive fiat, and also they can send fiat from our own bank accounts, and that abstracts it, and they don't need to bother about all the cryptocurrency and the things that is going on underneath it, right? And because we are using Celo CUSD to do this, you can imagine the number of circulation of Celo dollar that would be circulating in Africa, right? Because it's a gold mine, right? I must say.
Thank you so much, Mario, and for your presentation. And we will see you later.
Yes, and I can see some more questions streaming in the Ask a Question. So Mario, you can then answer it on the chat after the presentation. So thanks you so much.
Definitely.
So next up, we have Team Reban from Brazil. I'm going to call Rafael up onto the screen.
Rafael, what's up? I think you're muted. Let's try again, Rafael. Still muted. Oh, I thought I heard him for a little second.
There we go.
Oh. Now.
Yes,
hello. Welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Great to have you here with us, Rafael, and we can't wait for your demo. So
that's great. I'm sharing my screen.
Perfect.
Is it working?
Yes.
Yes.
So let's go. It's great to be here. So I'm one of the founders of Ribbon. My name is Rafael. And what do? We increase institutional donations by around 60%. So imagine that a foundation is donating $10,000. We can increase that up to $16,000 by connecting individual donors, such as me and you. And in a nutshell, I'm going to explain how we can do that. And so imagine that a foundation is going to donate that same $10,000 to a charity that they already choose. And instead of donating directly, imagine if we could distribute that $10,000 to 10,000 people. And the only thing that these people could do with that $1 is donate to that same charity. Why we do that? It sounds like insane, but a part of that people, let's say 300 of them, love to donate to that charity. They love the experience, and they donated from their own pocket $20 extra. And that's how we reach up to $16,000. And for the charity loves us because we are increasing their initial donation. For foundations, they love us because we build a movement around that's something that they can do by calling their friends. And for users, we kind of created the donation for free. So it's free even to donate money. So our revenue model, we charge for the extra money raised, and we are in a huge market that moves $1.8 trillion. That's 3 times more than the whole ads market together, the offline and online together. So that's huge. And we are doing that. It's not just a demo. We are doing that with big donors and philanthropists in Brazil. We have SoftBank and as a donor, as a client, and Eli Horn is the only one that signed Giving Pledge here in Latin America. We're doing that with 2 great charities such as WFP, a UN agency, and for 30,000 monthly active users. So in a gamifier experience, and that $1 that I said to you that we distribute to users, we distribute in kind of ribbons, is our virtual coin. In a gamifier experience, and I know that when I donate 100 ribbons, I donate 1 day of safe water for a person. And when users want to donate more, 90% of them chooses to donate in a monthly subscription way. So we have a recurrency. And during Celo Camp, we discovered a new growth channel, such as integration. So we launched a mobile game that every time that users level up, they could donate to charity for free. That's just one example that we are doing with tons of different platforms. We built our token economics to bring everything that we're doing outside the blockchain to Celo, and did the entire dashboard to philanthropists where they can see their donations growing. And that's how we wanted to change the world, by helping end extreme poverty. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rafael. That was wonderful. You know, what you are doing is so important. And the questions that I have for you is how do we encourage people to donate more? Like, how do you in Ribbon do that?
Great, by bringing it to routine. So millennials and Generation Z, donation is not on their routine on a digital way. So that's how we are bringing integrations to platforms. So, for example, not on Twitch, every time that I watch 20 minutes of a stream from a streamer on Twitch that I like, I can donate for free. Like, it's for free, yes, you can click and donate, and this is real. And I create my profile, and we engage users by bringing them to this experience. Donate. Everyone loves to donate. Everyone loves to help each other.
That's great. You know, the gamification part of it is, I love it. So new and so fresh, and I love it.
Thank you, Alan.
So do we have any questions for Ribbon from the audience?
Yes. Can you share more about your customer acquisition model for foundations? How receptive have they been to crypto?
That's great. It's direct sales, point. So we reach them and say, hey, you already choose a charity? Yes. We want to increase your donation? Yes. You just pay for the extra money raised, so the charity every time earns more. So it's simple, it's easy, and that's why we have a waiting line to enter on the platform for philanthropists until June, July next year. On crypto, it's something more difficult. So we are the whole Celo Camp is to build a prototype to bring donors, especially from the blockchain space. So we don't have this experience until now, just for common philanthropists. Yeah.
Totally awesome, man. So thank you so much for this demo, and good luck.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Rafael. We'll see you later.
Rachel.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And our next team that we are going to call up is Biscoint Dollar Save from Brazil. We are inviting them onto screen. Hello, Jonatas.
Oh,
welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Let me share my screen. 1 second. I think we're good to go. So hello, everybody. I'm Jonatas. With Biscoint Dollar Save, we believe that anyone in Brazil could be a sovereign saver. The Brazilian real is collapsing quickly. Inflation is entering the double digits. And most people don't have any means to protect themselves. On top of that, unemployment went through the roof for the past 5 years, and it's only getting worse this year. The dollar is the people's go-to option when the local currency fails them. We're bringing them stable, sovereign, trustless, unstoppable money and let them into an entire ecosystem of financial innovation. Anyone with an ID can acquire Celo dollars using Boleto Bancário, a standalone bill payable with cash, as well as with any other banked method. We gamified saving, encouraging people to save and learn while having fun. Buying Celo dollars is just superior UX. It allows online onboarding. The user can self-custody with digital delivery. She can easily move it across borders while getting better rates and no conversion tax. And she can even purchase small amounts with cash. And how does it work? First, you select your asset. You click buy, choose the frequency, choose the amount, here goes, review and finish. And that's it. The app will send push notifications and emails to incentivize the healthy habit of saving. We'll also add badges and prizes to make it fun. We started off as a Bitcoin price comparison system and became very popular in Brazil. In 2019, we enabled our users to buy Bitcoin for the best prices among many exchanges we are connected to. And it's been a blast. We had 1.3 million unique sessions in 2020. We accumulated over 21,000 users, and these users are coming to us and staying. The number of paying users increased 14 times in 2020. And our revenue is increasing at a breathtaking pace. Break-even came in July, earlier than we anticipated. Crypto is at its peak in Brazil. 2020 has already doubled the best year of the last bull run, and we are only getting started. But we won't stop at Bitcoin Dollar Save. You can pay any kind of QR code with Bitcoin Dollar Spend, sourcing from any of your funds, and we handle all necessary conversions seamlessly. We are a team of 7 crypto fanatics. My co-founder is Thiago, who has more than 15 years of experience with information security, and I have founded a successful startup before Bitcoin. We are currently seeking a 500K seed round to take over Brazil first and do our Series A in 2022. Thank you very much for your time and help us make people free. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jonatas. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
And being in the market of exchanges marketplace in Brazil and knowing the market, I wanted to ask you, how important do you think that having something like a CBRL, maybe stablecoin on Celo, is for adoption of Celo in Brazil?
Yeah, but the main use case I see for stable coins here, for a Reais stable coin, would be to transfer funds in between Brazilian exchanges. And we have competition from the central bank here, who created just recently a system called Pix, which allows 24/7 instant transfers between banks. So, and I believe users prefer to send funds abroad to foreign exchanges in CUSD because it's a more natural currency for the rest of the world. But we believe that we lack competition in stable coins in Reais too, because the current offerings here are custodial offerings that and as a trust minimized option will definitely be a good addition to the scenario, for the stablecoin scenario in Brazil.
Thank you. And we do have a question from the audience. Why do you see Pix as a competition? Isn't it solving the fiat off-on ramps by making it real-time 24/7?
Yeah, it is a competition in this particular use case of depositing into and out of Brazilian exchanges, because Pix is mandatory for all the banks to support. So all banks are required to offer their users this for free. So it doesn't cost anything to do a Pix transaction. So it is a real use case. And at this point, since we launched Pix, we are seeing huge traction. Users are rapidly migrating to using this payment option. So yes, this I believe this would be competition for this use case specifically. But for other stuff, of course, crypto has its own advantages. You do self-custody, and but this is my take on this competition with Pix. Yeah. I think you muted it, Ella.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah.
now you can hear me?
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mute button got stuck for some reason. I think we have so many viewers right now that the Crowdcast is having glitches. All right, so thank you so much, Jonatas, for these answers, and good luck, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. So we have 2 more presentations left for today. Before we go to the last Celo Camp finalist, we are going to interrupt our regular programming and introduce our Golden Coin Awards program winner. These were pre-camp applicants who had worked on some deliverables alongside the Celo Camp teams. And the winner of this competition was Send Village from Nigeria. And we are going to invite Dennis onto screen.
I'm excited.
He is connecting.
Hi.
Hello, Dennis.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Dennis, and I'm here to talk about Send Village. I'll be sharing my screen now. Is my screen up? Okay, still loading. Cool. Okay, here we go. Just a little bit on the overrunning now. Hi, my name is Dennis, and just waiting for the screen to. Yeah, can you guys hear me? Elon, am I?
Yes, we hear you fine.
Elon?
Yes, perfect.
Cool. Hi, sorry for the break. My name is Dennis. Welcome to the company that brings cryptocurrencies to standard banking for Africa. This is my dad. It's a true life story. A trader who goes to Benin Republic, a nearby country here in Nigeria, every 2 months to buy car parks. Before any trips, he exchanges our local currencies for dollars. Crossing over to Benin Republic, he sells his dollars to SEFA to allow him to transact with local traders. This process is very expensive. Even when he tries to buy dollars with the local banks, it comes with high fees and spreads, and very much inconvenient as he meets long queues and waits just to lay his hands on dollars. And also come with high risk when he tries to buy local currencies from BDC traders here in Nigeria, as most of them sell fake notes. How are we solving this problem? With just his phone number now, my dad and over 112 million travelers on his path all around Africa can now digitally convert their local currency to CUSD right in the Send Village application And also, with a self Visa card connected to their self accounts that allows him to spend at over 40 million locations globally where Visa is accepted. Here is a product demo. We've designed our product with our users in mind and very much made our onboarding experience very, very easy for our users.
Oh, I think we lost Dennis. Oh, you're back.
The user signs, sorry, there was a break in the network. So when the user signs in with his phone number, our users can also buy Celo dollars on the platform, also invest in Bitcoins, and we have can you guys,
Yes, Dennis, we can still hear you.
Sorry
Dennis,
for the
we
break.
can still hear you.
And also, cool. Sorry for the break.
No
Sorry
problem.
for the break on the internet. So the product, cool. So why are we building this product right now? In Nigeria, for alone, we have high adoption of cryptocurrencies in Nigeria currently. Over $10 million is traded weekly, and there is high depreciation of local currencies affecting trades. Young millennials in Africa generally are looking for an easy way to move over to the dollar economy, and that is what we are giving them right here. The market size, just on P2P cross-border transfers, not to talk about the B2B alone, is over $14 billion. And over $1 billion is lost in fee and spread, which we send village, we can cut it down, and Celo dollars, we can cut it down. And over 112 million people in this market. Our go-to-market strategy is very simplified. As Celo, we are a very much community-focused company. With more than 5K customers on our waitlist currently, we are very much excited about the future. And we are very much happy to announce that from next week, we are going live on Play Store with our self-alphas as our early adopters. The team is a diverse team. From the right, Jemima from Uganda, me, Dennis, and Samuel Akinosho and Kelvin. Combined experience of this team is more than 15 years. People who have worked with Fortune 500 companies like Microsoft. Me, myself, I exited my first and second startup as well. We partner with top companies in the world like Visa, KaiOS. We are going to bring in the same village application to KaiOS to reach the unbanked and users without smartphones. And also partner with one of the top open banking platforms here in Africa, Ubankwiti. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dennis. And I watched your demo in the rehearsal, and I can say it's wonderful, but you know how it is with live demos. But I really love your app, your design, the education part that you have in there. And I also noticed that you have a credit card option in your product. So I wanted to ask how important in your eyes is the credit card option that you plan to launch with your product?
Sure. Currently right here in Africa, most people crossing over the borders, once you move over to the next country, your credit card is definitely not working. And we are building this product as a companion card for our users. Anywhere you are in the world for Africans, a global bank, a standard bank for you, anywhere you are in Africa, anywhere you are in the world as an African, with just your phone number, you can easily onboard on the simplest application. And with a card powered by Visa connected to the world, it's endless possibility of what we can do with Celo dollars.
Thank you so much. So any questions from the audience? And I know, Dennis, that your line wasn't perfect, but I think we could hear most of your presentation very well. So great job. And we really appreciate your support in the community.
Sure, thank you. I appreciate it.
So if anyone from our audience, I see that, I don't think we have time also. for questions for Dennis, but you can still ask on the chat.
And thank you, Dennis. And last but not least, our 7th Celo Camp finalist to present today is Leaf Global FinTech from Rwanda and the USA. And we're inviting Tori onto screen.
Hi.
Hi, Tori. Welcome.
Thanks. It took a minute to join, but glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Thanks to everyone for sticking around too.
So we can't wait for our last presentation. So Tori, the stage is yours and we can see your presentation perfectly.
Perfect. Thank you. So imagine having to leave your country with only the cash you have on hand. How would it feel to lose your savings, your cards, your identity? For many people, this is a reality, even if they've been mostly at home for the last 8 months. People who are excluded from the formal economy are generally forced to do everything in cash, which is dangerous, inconvenient, and expensive. This is exactly why we've created Leaf, a global virtual wallet for the unbanked, starting with the stateless and excluded. Our existing product helps people safely store and transport money across borders. It's blockchain-based and doesn't require a smartphone or internet connection. We're starting with refugees and migrants of the 1.8 billion unbanked people around the world. There are over 70 million displaced people and another 100 million living in crisis. Thankfully, local payment networks like mobile money have created the infrastructure for services like Leaf. We saw the biggest opportunity in East Africa with cross-border payments and are currently live in Rwanda, Uganda, and Kenya with over 1,200 customers. Our first product is a wallet that helps people store, send, receive, and exchange into any of the tokenized currencies Leaf supports. It's accessible by smartphone and basic phone. With Leaf, a customer creates an account and cashes in through mobile money. From there, they can use Leaf and live without cash. When they need to withdraw to fiat, they cash out to any mobile money number across countries or networks. While this helps people save, send, and pay cheaply and conveniently, we noticed a gap in our services. Oftentimes, our customers want to improve their lives by setting up a business or need to cover a small gap in their finances. This brings us to Celo Camp and our newest product, Leaf Loans. Traditional app-based lending is expensive, with high cost of capital and high interest rates. By using Celo and sourcing capital in crypto, Leaf is able to provide extremely fast and extremely small loans in a cost-efficient way. Customers who have a transaction history with Leaf can apply for and pay off loans to cover small expenses and better their lives. To accomplish this, we create Celo accounts for each customer and use ContractKit and Forno to disperse and administer the loan in CUSD. The payments are stored on Celo, and the customer is able to access cheap, convenient capital without even needing to understand the crypto layer behind the scenes. To see how this works, let's apply for a loan and make a payment. So you'll see here that we can choose the type of loan and then enter an amount within a range. And then we can list one or more Leaf usernames as guarantors for that loan. Takes us to the review screen where it calculates the interest and the due date, and then we can apply. For the demo, we've automated that process to approve the loan. I think it's coming here. And then when we're able to make a payment on that loan, each of those will be written to Celo. So if we refresh the details here, we can see all of the loans that we've taken out and the payments within each contract. And this is the testnet, but one of our next steps is to go live. And then after that, we will be able to build out a peer-based model of guaranteeing loans and providing locked collateral that will help reduce Leaf's default risk. We'll also integrate this into the existing Leaf wallet and start providing these loans in the local currencies that we already support. This is important to us and it's our background. My co-founder, Nat Robinson, started and ran a successful microfinance company in Kenya for 7 years. I'm a data architect and have worked with refugees for 15 years. I'm currently based in Rwanda, where the majority of our team is. With this passion and incredible technology, we are excited to enable economic security for the stateless and excluded around the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tori, and you are very brave for this live demo, and really, really a great presentation. And the question I wanted to ask you is, who do you see as your target customers for loans? Oh, you're muted. Tori, can you? Oh, I think Tori is muted.
Just gonna toggle the sound.
Let's try now. Still muted.
You know what? I'm gonna if the audience can just bear with us for one moment, I'm gonna X you out and then I'll invite you back on the screen, okay? Okay, she's coming back on and it should work momentarily. Celo Camp breaks crowdcast. I'm loving the chat, guys. This is awesome.
We have a lot of action today with crowdcast. It's like challenging us, but it adds a little challenge to the thing.
Yeah, our viewers keep on climbing. I mean, we're almost at 250, so this is exciting.
But I can see the mute icon next to Tori. No way to unmute it. All right.
Okay.
So, you know what, Tori, you know, your demo was, I think, speaks for itself. You know, and I'm sure that you can continue the conversation on the chat. And anyone that has questions for Tori, please do reach out. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Tori. So yeah, you can answer the questions in Ask a tab in the Ask a Question tab. And so we'll see you later. Thank you so much. And before we do say goodbye, we do have some announcements for you guys. First of all, thank you to all of our presenters today. Everyone should give them a round of applause. That was really incredible. You can congratulate them in the chat, and Alon and I can clap for them here. Thank you so much. And voting begins right now. If you take a look at the bottom of the screen where it says polls, you can vote for your favorite team that you think should win Celo Camp. And voting will be open for the next 2 hours. Even after we close the event, you can come back in and vote for your favorite team. So the community vote takes up 22% of the voting power. So definitely start voting now. Also, you can put yourself on the wait list for Celo Camp Batch 3 if you look at the call to action button. So we have a direct link to the application, and that will begin in early spring. So we're really excited for that. Thank you to everyone, to our community. I mean, nothing can happen without our community. So thank you so much for joining us today and supporting our camp teams throughout Celo Camp and beyond Celo Camp, to all of our mentors who worked very closely with our teams throughout Celo Camp. So thank you so much. And to the incredible C-Labs team, who've also worked very closely with our teams. So thank you everyone for tuning in today. You can rewatch the event once we end, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. The response we got really moved us, and thank you so much.